very existence is a cauldron of pressure, and that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Rutgers offense is on the field for the first time today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. Big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Terrible way to start this game if you're on offense. You've given up 2 straight negative plays. You ran the ball on first down for negative yards, and then you take a sack now on second down. That tells me this offensive line has got to wake up. You knew this was physically going to be a challenge, but you've got to get ready to go, and you've got to fire off the ball because going backwards ain't going to get it done.
The Scarlet Knights line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense will have its first possession of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. Brings into the open. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Commodores trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Quick toss.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Offense changing the play. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. They'll try it over the left side. Looking for the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Vandy.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. play of the drive wants to throw. Got it behind the line. It's McGarry. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down and nothing doing there. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Back to pass. Grab behind the line. It's McGarry. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He'll do it himself. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll send the back in motion. They'll run it from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the left side. Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Commodores just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way. They put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The big run's going to make it 1st and goal.
You know, it looks like they just flip the ball and everything just magically works. You know why this toss to the left works? Because the wide receivers block. You know, I know you don't say that very often. Most of the time they want to run out, you know, get the glory, catch the ball, but they got to do it.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one, too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. They'll start this drive with a pass. Punts it out of the air. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29.
And for DBs out there trying to stop these short slant routes against man coverage, being physical is really key. You want to get your hands on the wide receiver and really try to disrupt that timing between the QB and his target.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football. And sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long. And right there, I think he did. He'd probably want that throwback.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. The Scarlet Knights have their offense in high gear. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense.
There he goes. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. And how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Punt is in the air. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw on first down. Going downfield for the big play. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Wants to throw on third down. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Makes the grab on the big throw. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Commodores will snap it on first and 10. The give out of the gun. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Wide open downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Commodores!
And this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this...
He's got it down the right side. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Little touch pass to the receiver. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
He leaves it with his back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Looking for a crease. It's McGarry. Crosses the tag. will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up?
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, State. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all over the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. Oh, he's got a chance. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Commodores come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Commodores are on the move. To the air on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a 1st down. And the Commodores come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to beat the D deep. Touchdown Doors! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McGarry. Oh, he just held it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And I like that this offense is continuing to try to stay balanced and hand him the football and show confidence. He put the ball on the deck last week. They still rewarded him, still giving him the football. But, man, you cannot continue to put the ball on the ground and expect to continue to get carries. Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But, listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
The Commodores are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're working that left side. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
Well, it's a heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decided to go for it and throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball's at the 17. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Makes a connection. Touchdown, Vandy. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Rides the back and leaves it. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior. The Scarlet Knights are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Got his man downfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
On back-to-back drives, this offense can't get out of their own way. They fumble again. Man, a lot of times you get fired when you fumble. This is another guy. Like, they're going to have to fire the whole team if they keep this pace going.
Looking to throw on 1st down. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. What we got? He smashes his way through again. He was hoping for that interception. Return for the touchdown, but he's brought down at the 27. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Snags it over the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet blowing catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for room. It's McGarry. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield?
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle. Quarterback making checks. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's cooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that one.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Commodores racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on first down. Got out of trouble and throws. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. Backed up now, here's second and long. Running to the left. Turning it on. Sweet spin. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Quarterback keeps it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. The Commodores come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Using his feet to buy time. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. Here comes a third down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Works the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Commodores will try to convert on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look at all the way. And the Scarlet Knights will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. On first down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown Vanderbilt. Once he got some room, it was over. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The play action fake. Pulls it in. It's McGarry.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Makes the grab over the middle. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short. Leaves it with the back. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. The Scarlet Knights come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Scarlet Knights will punt this one away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
On the run, it's Ford. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Grabs it at the 25-inch stride. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. The Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Commodores!
Another nice drive put together, and this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0, all of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll start the return inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
To the air on 2nd down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little bit.
It's complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Scarlet Knights send out the punt unit. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Using his legs, it's Thorne. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Commodores with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He's open on the right. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown Doors! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
A big for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Be their biggest playmakers on offense. This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Running back searching for a hole. He's stopped again, and he's had a busy night, if not necessarily a productive one so far. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Red pass hits complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And the Scarlet Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They've been dominated. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got his man.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Going the other way, and he's got room. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. The run to the left. Finding an escape route. Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27. They'll put it in play from the 27. 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pass rush. Coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
They'll give it to the back. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. He's looking downfield to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the... They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in.
This guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
This senior shows some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. They'll go to the ground. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Might as well stick with him. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Scarlet Knights are rolling down the field. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Scarlet Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pocket breaking down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just tricked. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Looking deep. Got it. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
Now, honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Hauls it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take off. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. They punted away on 4th down. On his way back from the 20. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Gives it on the option. Past the 40. Running room in the middle. He rumbles all the way down. Two-yard line, he gave them a little bit of everything on that one. The Commodores have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
Black 24! Black 24! Here we go!
Trying to slam in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. Motion from the wide receiver. Marches ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Commodores.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Last drive was a quick 3 and out, and now time is even more of a factor to get something going. Sends it back in motion. On the run, it's Silver. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
A big part about playing the quarterback position is turning the page, playing the next play, not letting bad plays beat you. And that's his first career interception in college football, so that's going to sting. But now you've got to get back out there and lead your team.
Makes the catch. It's Thorne. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. The handoff, keep working on that clock. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. The Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On on 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. A return there would have...